This is what happens when my back is against the ropes. I come out swinging. My flow, my style, my look. They want my swag so bad, I swear I should write a book. Wake up every morning, check the grass for them snakes. Call these 9mm flows my rate. Bitches over money, no way. I don't fall in love, they just fall in love with me. Maybe it's the money, the cars, or the clothes. They got them backstage at all of my shows. A legacy, yeah, I built it from the ground. But crabs in the barrel, they stay trying to pull you down. Acting ass niggas, I swear I should write a play. How they smile in my face, that's why I say I'll take on all you haters today. Cause I'm not gonna let you get in my way. See, there's one thing that y'all don't understand. In the end, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Last man standing. Last man standing. Last man, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Last man standing. Last man standing. Last man, I'm gonna be the last man standing. My chain, my watch, my diamonds, I would give them all up to have a day of silence. Cause dealing with the paparazzi on a daily, I swear it's enough to drive a rich man crazy. Good weed rolled up sky high. I just bought a mansion and it's on cloud 9. I love a classy chick, straight out of the hood. So I'ma make it rain, baby, call it flash floods. Niggas putting bounty on my head. Sometimes when you so live, they would rather see you dead. Call me hammer, they can't touch this. My whole life has been ordained. I'm going for the fame. That's why I say I'll take on all you haters today. Cause I'm not gonna let you get in my way. See, there's one thing that y'all don't understand. In the end, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Last man standing. Last man standing. Last man, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Last man standing. Last man standing. Last man, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Lord, take this cross up off my back and save me. I'm about to hurt somebody here and save me. I'm standing at the crossroad, I don't know what to do. My mind is what these haters trying to make me lose. Ever since the money, see these demons at me. And I can't seem to keep nobody real around me. You know how the saying goes, it's lonely at the top. I'm allergic to the bottom and that's why I can't stop. I'll take on all you haters today. Cause I'm not gonna let you get in my way. See, there's one thing that y'all don't understand. In the end, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Last man standing. Last man standing. Last man, I'm gonna be the last man standing. Last man standing. Last man standing. Last man, I'm gonna be the last man standing. The last man standing.
Yo, can I with you? What?
ACT, you see this?
Look, if it ain't official Dana J, Levi for Kelly, Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it. Look, you got some weed? I gotta get some. All right, hurry up. These and them here, everybody here, we waiting on you. All right.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down.
Yo, what's happening? Please, y'all. It's your boy Papa Dub. Don't be mad at me. Street loot. Yo, I tried to tell him. Yeah. Goddamn, my lady pregnant again, but this time she pregnant with twins. Another collection plate. Come on, preacher, that's kind of strange. I'm sorry, God, I need that little change. I gotta do a couple things, cause that stimulus, it ain't stimulate. Tax time, the mama got pissed and won't let them claim the baby. They shooting again. These just crazy, they need some help. Man, they shot him in the hip. He fell out and shitted on himself. My cousin Paul called Fed time up the road, did a whole dime. He used to call home. I heard niggas crying in the background, saying to myself, this ain't how we supposed to live. Turn on Facebook, man, another bitch that got killed. For the love that my dog losing weight out here smoking cocaine cigarettes. 8 years old, shot in the head, had nothing to do with that. That baby innocent. Go get George Zimmerman if y'all just wanna kill a bitch. That's why I'm asking Jesus. Please tell me why you leave us. Tell me why you leave. These people wanna dead. On the internet capping, that shit is fake, bro. In the mirror showing your ass, putting no makeup. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. I've been telling y'all better wake up. You can't nail bitch, say Papa Duck, ain't say nothing. I told y'all everything. I told you I like the government stole it. I told y'all about COVID, the CIA and the cloning. MK Ultra, the whole world's under hypnosis. Hey, turn the TV off, that's how Hollywood control us. And ain't no cure for cancer, you're right, that's some bullshit. If they can lead us and go to the moon, they'd have been undid it. And if you took the shot, I pray for you. Lord, no. Don't want black folk to grow, so they put us on birth control. And just cause you go to church every Sunday don't make you saved. 12 years of school's how you turn niggas to slaves. On our minds they put shackles, they lie, trickers and trappers. They use the influence of athlete, actors and rappers. For real, that fucked up they did to Emmett Till. And all the pain his mom and family had to feel. That's why I'm asking Jesus, hey, please tell me why you leave us. Tell me why you leave. These people wanna dead. On the internet capping, that shit is fake, bro. In the mirror showing your ass, putting no makeup. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. What's happening? It's your boy Papa Dub. I've been telling y'all about this shit for a long time, bro. I get on YouTube every day, drop videos on nothing but that sauce, and I'm telling y'all what time it is, and I'm telling y'all these people want us dead, bro. We living like it called to do this, and bro, I done been wide open just to hate and hurt and kill each other every day. You feel me? You feel me? Man, one time for all the folks that's already woke, the ones that ain't, need to wake up. Need to wake up.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Miss Lady T, that is so incorrect. That is so incorrect. What's going on, Dream Team? That's so incorrect. I need 20 more people to donate $45 so that way we can go ahead and retain our lawyer and pay for this high pacer bill. That's what I need it for. I ain't say nothing about Chicago. So that's false. I don't want to put no false statements out there. Are you good? I'm just not going to mislead the people. I need 20 more people to donate $45 so we can meet our quota. And for the people that say they're going to donate, I've been watching. But we're going to get into this motion, man. If folks going to donate, then okay. I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for the folks that did donate. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for the folks that did donate. So if you can donate the $45, you can go ahead and send it to my Cash App, $ official Dana J, or to my Venmo, official Dana J, or book Dana J, whichever one it was. I don't know. Where's Willie? Willie know all that stuff. I just be focusing on commentary, and I mean, I check it out and I put it out there, but Willie know all this stuff, man. So let's get into it. The United States government versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, Daryl McDavid, and Milton Brown, aka June Brown. Government's response to defendant Daryl McDavid's motion to compel discovery. The United States of America, through its attorney, John R. Losh Jr., United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, hereby responds to defendant Daryl McDavid's motion to compel discovery and supplemental motion to compel discovery. Defendant McDavid's motion to compel discovery should be denied, as set forth more fully below. Defendants asked the court to authorize a fishing expedition into matters as wide-ranging as DOJ policies and procedures governing the retention of data, an explanation for a victim's nickname, and toll records reflecting communications between the government and potential witnesses. They attempt to justify this expedition based upon two sets of materials previously disclosed to the defense by the government. A, email exchanges through which an author provided to the government an about to be published manuscript about R. Kelly. And B, text messages between a prosecutor and one of Kelly's victims, primarily scheduling later calls or meetings. Neither set the materials provided a basis, and provides a basis for the discovery defendants seek. Moreover, nothing in Rule 16, Brady, or the Jenks Act authorizes defendants' broad requests. Defendant's motion should be denied. Background: the charges. The superseding indictment alleges that from approximately 1996 to 2001, Robert Sylvester Kelly engaged in unlawful sexual conduct with minors, including minors referred to in the indictment as minor 1, minor 3, minor 4, minor 5, and minor 6, R93. As part of this abuse, Kelly recorded himself engaged in sexually explicit conduct with minors on videotape. According to the indictment, Daryl McDavid, who worked as Kelly's accountant and business manager from approximately 1991 to 2014, and others knew of Kelly's unlawful sexual acts with minors, including specifically that Kelly had recorded himself engaged in such conduct on videotape, R93 at 8. McDavid conspired with Kelly and with others to protect Kelly from allegations of child sexual abuse and exploitation, including by inter alia concealing evidence and pressuring others to do so, and paying others to collect and return incriminating videotapes. Based on this conduct, McDavid and Kelly and another of Kelly's employees, Milton June Brown, are charged in this case with federal offenses, including sexual exploitation of a minor, Kelly, conspiracy to obstruct justice, McDavid and Kelly, conspiracy to receive child pornography, Kelly McDavid Brown, receipt of child pornography, Kelly McDavid, and enticement of minors to engage in unlawful sexual conduct, Kelly. Discovery. Oh, Jesus Christ. Beginning on August the 2nd, 2019, shortly after the indictment in this case was returned, the government began a rolling production of documents and other materials in accordance with Fed Crim P16. From the beginning, the government's document productions far exceeded its Rule 16 obligations. For example, the government included in its first production numerous witness statements, investigative reports, and grand jury transcripts. Collectively, the government has produced to defendants approximately 12,451 files, including documents, images, spreadsheets, and audio and video recordings, totaling 49.54 gigabytes, as well as 7,996 files totaling nearly 11.8 gigabytes of materials, which were received from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York on March the 8th, 2022. Production of documents relating to author Jim DeRogatis. On August 1st, 2022, the government provided defendants with materials documenting communications on April 16th and 30th, 2019 between Angel Cruel and Assistant United States Attorney formerly assigned to this case, and Jim DeRogatis, an investigative reporter and author who had written a book titled Solace, the case against R. Kelly, Solace, based on his long-term investigation of allegations of child sexual abuse by Kelly. In a telephone conversation with AUSA Cruel, DeRogatis agreed to provide the government with a PDF copy of his book, which was then in final manuscript form. Jim DeRogatis' book was released to the public on June the 4th, 2022. As documented by the records produced to defendants, email messages relating to the discovery of DeRogatis' book were exchanged using a Gmail account with the email address podpiper312@gmail.com. What? That bothers me. Subscribe to under the name Demetrius Slavinsky. This email account was created by and at the suggestion of a Homeland Security Investigations HSI agent. The emails, 4 in number, were saved and subsequently preserved as PDF documents by an HSI employee. 1. The first email was sent by AUSA Cruel to DeRogatis on April the 16th, 2019 at 5:33 p.m. AUSA Cruel thanked DeRogatis for speaking earlier that day and told him he could send his book using the email address. The email was signed Angel. 2. The second email was sent by DeRogatis approximately 20 minutes later at 5:56 p.m. In this email, DeRogatis forwarded a PDF copy of the Solace manuscript, asked for confirmation of receipt of the manuscript, and offered to chat if the AUSA had any questions. That's aiding them. 3. The third email was sent by AUSA Cruel to DeRogatis approximately 1 hour later at 7:07 p.m. The email confirmed receipt of the manuscript and was signed Angel. 4. The fourth and final email was sent by DeRogatis on April 30th, 2019 at 1:43 p.m. In this email, DeRogatis asked whether the book had been of any help and added that he had received a call a little bit ago from a prominent enabler mentioned in the book, who was convinced he has become a target. Ooh. DeRogatis commented that the enabler sounded very shook up and had reported that the investigation appeared to be moving fast. DeRogatis explained the purpose of his email this way: I wouldn't be a reporter if I didn't check in. Although the two emails sent by AUSA Cruel reflected the name of the sender as Demetrius Slavinsky, both were signed using AUSA Cruel's true name, Angel. The other two emails were sent by DeRogatis, who was fully aware of the identity of the account user. In the first, DeRogatis forwarded the manuscript and requested confirmation of his receipt. The second email was also limited in scope. DeRogatis inquired whether the book had been helpful and checked in with AUSA Cruel in his capacity as a reporter. The telephone conversation referred to in AUSA Cruel's first email was brief, and focus on the prospect of DeRogatis sharing the manuscript of his book. AUSA crew did not discuss the investigation with DeRogatis and did not provide him with any confidential details about the case. How do you know that? Moreover, AUSA crew did not respond to DeRogatis' April 30th, 2019 email or two subsequent telephone messages he left for her after she had left the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois. There were no further communications regarding this matter between DeRogatis and AUSA crew or any other employee or agent of the Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office. And neither AUSA crew nor any other AUSA or government agent has ever provided DeRogatis with any confidential information regarding this matter at any time. No other private or personal email accounts were open or used by agents or prosecutors as part of the investigation or prosecution of this case. I'm going to stop right there. This book that we talk about, that we speak of, have everybody's name in it. So how the book is not the guide for the government to go and harass these people. Jim DeRogatis calls everybody name out in that book. Everybody. Everybody. Even if it's not true, he put their name in it. As the government has previously advised defendants and this court, the government has no intention of calling DeRogatis as a witness, nor is the government aware of any information in the soulless manuscript. You're lying. That is in any way exculpatory or otherwise helpful to the preparation of the defendant's defense. Nevertheless, the government disclosed the manuscript and related emails to defendants in an abundance of caution. Production of text messages involving minor one. On June 2nd, 2022, the government produced to defendants records documenting text messages between AUSA crew and minor one. During the period July 7th, 2019 through July 20th, 2020, the text messages detailed in the table attached hereto as Exhibit A consists of short messages focused almost exclusively on arranging telephone calls and visits, which were sent and received using AUSA crew's personal cell phone. As reflected in the records produced to defendants, the text messages were preserved for the file and as screenshots. AUSA crew preserved these screenshots and placed them in the case file before she left the office so that they could be produced in discovery in the case. Defendant's motion to compel additional discovery. In response to these disclosures, McDavid filed his motion to compel discovery, which Kelly subsequently joined, seeking extensive discovery concerning communications with DeRogatis and the private email account used to exchange the 4 emails described above, R247. The motion sets forth multiple requests for an extensive quantity of information and documents, including, in summary, 1, all reports and records, including toll, text, and social media records of any communication between DeRogatis and any employee of agent of the Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office concerning Robert Kelly or Daryl McDavid. 2, all communications between any prosecution team member with any potential witness, in this case, using a personal email address. 3, an explanation of who other than Ms. Crew was aware of the use of the private email account to communicate with DeRogatis, and whether the communication was approved by supervisors at the U.S. Attorney's Office. An explanation of why screenshots of the communications with DeRogatis were made at the time they were made, and who was involved in the decision to disclose the screenshots to the defense in August of 2022. And 5, all DOJ and USAO policies and procedures governing the retention of account data, including but not limited to messages sent, received, and deleted, as well as the access logs for the private email account used to communicate with DeRogatis and any other personal account used to communicate with potential witnesses. On August the 5th, 2022, McDavid filed a supplemental motion to compel discovery, R-252, which Kelly also joined, seeking documents and information concerning communications between AUSA Kroll and other members of the prosecution team and the alleged victims of defending Kelly's offenses. In summary, defendants' wide-ranging requests include requests for all communications between AUSA Kroll and Minor 1 and any other excuse me, and any other civilian witness at any time, whether or not the government intends to call them as a witness at trial. 2, an explanation for why the name Boss Baby, or BB for short, was used, and why and when it was input in AUSA Kroll's iPhone. 3, all contacts between Agent Amelia Molina and Minor 1, or any other civilian potential witness in this case. And 4, all communications exchanged between AUSA Kroll and Agent Molina during this investigation, excluding communications regarding other investigations and sensitive matters. As discussed below, both motions should be denied. Argument: applicable law. There is no general constitutional right to discovery in a criminal case. All of that's case law. Cleaned up and emphasis added. See also case law. The federal government's discovery obligations in criminal cases are genuinely established by Rule 16. By Rule 16 and 26.2 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, 18 U.S.C. 3500, the Jenks Act, as well as Brady versus Maryland and Giglio versus United States. Rule 16A in particular sets forth the grounds upon which a criminal defendant may obtain discovery from the government. In relevant part, it provides that the government must produce upon request defendant statements, as well as books, papers, documents, data, or portions of any of these items, if they are within the government's possession, custody, or control, and either material to preparing the defense, likely to be used in the government's case in chief at trial, or the item was obtained from the belongings to the defendant. Hold on. I gotta send this text. All right. Possession that is favorable to the defense and material either to guilt or punishment. Brady, 373 case law. Information favorable to the defense includes evidence which would tend to exculpate the defendant or reduce the penalty. Brady case law again. And evidence regarding the reliability or credibility of a government witness. See Giglio 405 case law. Materiality in this context means that the discovery sought must significantly help in uncovering admissible evidence, aiding witness preparation, corroborating testimony, or assisting impeachment and rebuttal. United States versus Owens case law. Citation and internal quotation marks omitted. This court has described material evidence as that which will enable the accused to substantially alter the quantum of proof in his favor. Owens, 18F 4th at 935 case law, citing United States case law. Another United States case law. Materiality means more than that the evidence in question bears some abstract logical relationship to the issues in the case. The defendant bears the burden to make at least a prima facie showing that the request items are material to his defense. Owens 18F 4th at 936 case law, citing United States versus Thompson case law. This burden cannot be met by general descriptions or conclusory arguments. Instead, the defendant must convincingly explain how the discovery sought will significantly help him uncover admissible evidence. They trying to play the mind trick game now. Prepare witness or corroborate, impeach, or rebut testimony. Why would the defense tell you what they're going to do so that way y'all can counter it? That's crazy. That's another case law. See also another case law. Then there's another case law. Okay. Additionally, the trial court should consider the materials that have already been produced, the availability of the requested materials from other sources, and the defendant's own knowledge. That's another case law. Defendants have established no legal basis for obtaining additional discovery based on communications involving Jim DeRogatis. Defendants have not come close to establishing a basis for obtaining additional discovery based on records related to communications with author Jim DeRogatis. The communications with DeRogatis related to his sharing of a manuscript copy of his soon-to-be released book. The government has provided defendants with the manuscript, and the published book has been available to defendants and the public since June the 4th, 2019. Defendants argue that they are entitled to the additional discovery they seek because DeRogatis is a potential witness. As the government has advised defendants and the court, it has no intention of calling DeRogatis as a witness in this case in chief. Moreover, although defendants vaguely suggest that they may call DeRogatis in the defense case, they offer no explanation of the testimony he might give or how that testimony would benefit the defense. Given the nature of DeRogatis' relationship to the case, it is highly unlikely that he would have any testimony beneficial to the defense. In any event, the government has produced all records in its possession related to communications between DeRogatis and members of the investigation and prosecution teams in this case. Nothing more is required. Stop. Why is DeRogatis talking to the investigation and prosecution teams if he ain't give nothing or if he ain't say nothing? Make that make sense. They stupid. They put it out there. Arguing that the government's use of a private email account to receive DeRogatis' manuscript requires additional investigation. Defendants make expansive requests for information related to the use that account, including records relating to internal decision making and supervision of the use of the account or similar accounts, and any and all DOJ policies and procedures regarding use of personal email accounts and retention of records related to such use. None of the defendants' requests seek the disclosure of information required by FedR Crim P16, the Jenks Act, or Brady or Gigolo, and none seek information that has any relevance to the elements of any of the charged offenses. To the contrary, all of defendants' requests rest on the faulty premise that the government's use of the private email account was deceptive and otherwise improper. As noted above, this email account was used for the limited purpose of receiving DeRogatis' book manuscript. No, it wasn't. It was more than that. None of the emails exchanged using the account were in any way deceptive. What? AUSA Cruel did not create the account or decide on the names associated with it. She signed each of the messages she sent in her own name. DeRogatis was at all times fully aware that he was communicating with an AUSA assigned to the R. Kelly investigation. That makes it more reason why this case should be thrown out, because it was aided by somebody who ain't had nothing to do with the case. They used his book to go get all these people. The government's communications with DeRogatis and DeRogatis' manuscript were disclosed to defendants prior to trial, and the government has advised that all emails exchanged using the private account were produced to the defendants, and that no other private email accounts were used in connection with the investigation or prosecution of this case. Defendants offer no legal authority, and the government is aware of none, supporting their effort to conduct a wide-range fishing expedition in the hopes of turning up evidence of some kind of government misconduct. The defendant has not come close to establishing that evidence related to the use of a private email account for a limited purpose in this case could significantly help in uncovering admissible evidence, aiding witness preparation, corroborating testimony, or assisting impeachment and rebuttal, much less that it would be enabled defendant to substantially alter the quantum of proof in his favor. Finally, defendants also seek any and all records of communications between any members of the prosecution team with any potential witness in this case not memorialized in an official government report. Unsurprisingly, once again, defendants offer no legal authority for this broad request. And for the reasons discussed above, the government's use of a private email account does not justify it. As stated above, the government has already produced to the defendants all reports and grand jury testimony in its possession, reflecting relevant statements of potential government witnesses. Even though pretrial disclosure of such materials was required under neither the Jenks Act nor FedR Crim P16A2, which exempts from disclosure reports, memoranda, and other internal government documents made by a government agent in connection with investigating or prosecuting a case. Whereas here, the relevant official reports and transcripts have been disclosed, nothing more is required. Contrary to defendant's suggestion, as a general matter, members of the prosecution team are not obligated to prepare a report for each and every contact or communication they have with a potential trial witness. What is required is that relevant statements of witnesses be preserved and produced to defendants no later than after the witness has testified. Here, even though the government has no intention of calling DeRogatis as a witness, it produced to defendants its communications with DeRogatis and the manuscript he provided in an abundance of caution. The government has fulfilled this obligation under applicable law by providing all records of relevant witnesses' statements in its possession prior to trial, and it recognizes its continuing duty to expeditiously relay any new relevant statements made by its witnesses. Defendants are entitled to nothing more. Accordingly, defendants' motion to compel discovery related to the communications with Jim DeRogatis should be denied. C. Defendants have established no legal basis for obtaining additional discovery related to scheduling texts. Likewise, defendants have not come close to establishing a basis for obtaining additional discovery based on the text messages exchanged between AUSA Cruel and Minor One. To begin, none of the information defendants seek is discoverable under Fed Art Crim P16, the Jenks Act, or Brady or Gigolo. To the contrary, as discussed above, the government has produced all relevant statements in its possession made by the witnesses it intends to call in its case in chief, including to any extent they contain relevant statements. The text messages at issue in defendant's motion, as well as all evidence in its possession that may be viewed as exculpatory, impeaching of its witnesses, or material to the preparation of the defendant's defenses. Nothing more is required. As was the case with defendant's requests with respect to the DeRogatis emails, defendant's motion for additional discovery related to communications with Minor One is grounded on the contention that the text messages between AUSA Cruel and Minor One produced by the government suggest that AUSA Cruel may have attempted to improperly influence Minor One's testimony in this case. This contention is refuted by substance of the subject text messages, as well as the fact that at the time of the subject text, Minor One had already testified to the grand jury. Okay, let's watch this. Minor One had already testified to the grand jury. Well, if she testified, why y'all have to anticipate her testifying with y'all? If she testified and you don't have to anticipate, you already know. As reflected in the texts themselves, they relate almost exclusively to the scheduling of phone calls, meetings, and the trial. See example A, for example. In the first text message sent on July the 7th, 2019, AUSA Cruel sought to set up a meeting with Minor One, noting that she was texting because Chad, the case agent, who was then on vacation, had indicated that Minor One wanted to meet that week. See example A, info at 16. All of the texts that followed on July the 7th, 8th, and 9th discuss the time and location of the proposed meeting. ID similarly, when on January the 17th, 2020, Minor One told AUSA Cruel that she had some upcoming things to update on and agreed to meet the following week. AUSA Cruel said that she would check and let her know what day worked for her and Amelia, a case agent. See example A, infra at 21. The 19 texts that follow concern the date and location of the meeting. See ID infra at 20 to 23. Moreover, the texts genuinely indicate that the phone calls and meetings being scheduled were not private meetings or calls between AUSA Cruel and Minor One. Why weren't they private if nobody knew about them? But rather meetings and calls in which an agent or other office representatives would also be present. In the text, AUSA Cruel repeatedly made reference to needing to reach out to an agent to be on a call or at the meeting before AUSA Cruel could speak with Minor One. Indeed, many of the texts mention government agents or employees whom would participate by nickname. And others, AUSA Cruel used the term we and discussing logistics. For example, when AUSA Cruel texted Minor One on August 21st, 2019, she asked whether she was free for a call from me and Phyllis, the United States Office Victim Witness Coordinator. When Minor One texts AUSA Cruel to see if she could take a call on February 24, 2020, AUSA Cruel answered, excuse me, sure, but I have to get Amelia or Melissa, case agents, on the line. Let me check if they are free. Defendant suggestions that AUSA Cruel text communications with Minor One and or her recording of Minor One's telephone number in her telephone contacts under the name Boss Baby were improper and equally baseless. Although there is no requirement that AUSAs or agents document every non-substantial contact they have with potential witnesses, AUSA Cruel preserved all of her case-related text communications and screenshots, and all of them have been produced to defendants. As for the use of the term Boss Baby or BB, let's see what they're going to say about that. For short, there is nothing improper about AUSA Cruel's identifying Minor One in her phone as Boss Baby, rather than using the victim's true name, nor is there anything improper about AUSA Cruel's limited use of that nickname in referring to our communicating with Minor One. Finally, defendants claim that Minor One's sharing of photographs with a case agent and AUSA Cruel indicates the formation of an unduly close relationship with which many have led to improper influence of Minor One's testimony. Hold on. This claim is baseless. The photographs in question were professional photos of Minor One, which Minor One shared with many people in celebration of her joy in being an expectant mother. The reaction AUSA Cruel shared reflecting nothing more than sincere happiness for a person who had suffered a great deal, but who was now experiencing great personal joy. AUSA Cruel's spontaneous reaction was natural and in no way improper. In sum, the text messages produced the defendants in no way suggest any impropriety or provide a basis for any further discovery on the subject. I'm getting sleepy, y'all. And the defendants' efforts to attack the government personally or discharge a testifying victim should not be continuance. Defendants are free to explore the issue of bias in their cross-examination of Minor One, and they have no need for any additional discovery to do so, particularly in light of the vast quantity of information and documents already produced to them in discovery and available to them through other means. Accordingly, defendant's motion for additional discovery related to communications with Minor One should be denied. For the reasons stated above, the court should deny defendant's motion to compel and supplemental motion to discovery. Hold on, I have the exhibits. Hold on. And then I'm going to bed, y'all. Here we go. Exhibit A. I'm tired. Exhibit A. These are the text messages. Oh, These are the text messages. I hate mosquitoes. These are the text messages. I still couldn't get them. This is what they claim that they produce. Chad, the case agent, told me you wanted to meet this week. He's on vacation, so that's why I texted you directly. Are you free tomorrow afternoon? Minor one loves message. Yes, Angel, I am. Miss Crew, Minor one. What's best for you, downtown or Oak Brook Terrace or someplace else? Oak Brook is good for me anytime in the afternoon. Crow, Minor one. Great. Let's say 3 at the tower. You can text me when you get there, and I'll come get you. Minor 1A as a crew, love. Sounds good. Looking forward to seeing you. Yes, same. Hey, when you get to the tower today, just stay in your car and text me, and we'll come to your car. We want to bring you through a different entrance today, okay? Sounds good. Can you share the address, please? Sharing redacted contact info. 8/21/19. AUSA crew minor 1. Hey, it Angel. Free for a call. Hey, it Angel. Free for a call from me. And Felis, USAO Victim Witness Coordinator. Hello there. Can you give me like 45 minutes? I'm out to lunch. Okay, how about 3:45? Yes, I'll be ready at that time. Great. We'll call you then. Wow. Hi there. Just wondering if you are free for phone call tomorrow. Nothing to worry about. Just checking in. We can work around your schedule if you're working tomorrow. Hope things are good with you. Hello there. I'm headed back from LA and I'm back in Chicago at 9 and I'm back in Chicago at 9 a.m. Maybe I can take the call on my way into work. Thanks for the well wishes and talk soon. Okay. Okay, text me when you're free and we'll try to make that work. Okay, and if not afterward. Whichever is easier for you. Have a great day. Sorry I missed your call earlier. When do you get off work? Melissa's number is redacted. I know we discussed a tentative date for trial, but can you remind me of the date, please? April 27, 2020 is the tentative date. The trial is expected to last 3 weeks. Thank you. Anytime, BB. Hey there. Did you try calling? No, that wasn't me. Hello there. Just wondering if the trial gets pushed back. What's the time frame that we would know if it's being pushed back? We'll find out for sure when we go to court next on Friday, on February 13th. My best guess is the fall. Let me know if you have any trips planned or if there are any dates I should avoid when we reschedule. Okay, thanks. I was just checking in, but I will have some upcoming things to update on leading up to that. Is everything going okay? Wow. It's been a while since we've met. Yes, things are good. Why don't we meet sometime next week? We can update you on things. I always like seeing you in person. I agree. That works well for me. We can work around your work schedule. What works best for you? I'm usually done with work by 6 in the city and off Mondays. I'll check with Amelia and we'll let you know. Perfect. I'm just grateful that the others have taken the spotlight in the media. Laugh out loud. I bet. I was thinking the same thing. Wednesday works for both me and Amelia. We can meet when you get off work. Sounds good. Jesus Christ. We can meet wherever you want, even at a coffee shop or whatever if we talk softly. Or we can meet the same place as last time. But I know that place has bad memories for you. We can meet at my building, but parking is hard downtown. Amelia could probably pick you up. Yes, I prefer a coffee shop or something along those lines. Okay, we can make it happen. Any particular neighborhood in the city? I can't remember where your job is located. I'm located in blank, so I'm flexible. Cool. Let us know. Cool. Let us know if you have a place in mind. Otherwise, we can just Google the nearest Starbucks or something. Okay, let me think. The Starbucks right across the street from me isn't private at all. Another option is to meet at the tower again, if that's convenient for you. Is it on your way home? I would prefer a little more relaxed setting. I like the coffee shop idea. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Sharing location. That works. We'll see you there at a little after 6. Okay, sounds good. So Starbucks is less crowded than that location in the evenings. I see. So I'm here, which is right next door to blank. I know where they at. Okay, I'm on my way. Hello there. Can you take a call? And this is 22420. Hello there. Can you take a call? Sure, but I have to get Amelia or Melissa on the line. Let me check if they are free. Okay, no problem. We'll call in like 2 minutes, okay? Perfect. Very brief. Hello. I take lunch at 1:45. If you all are able to give me an update, hope all is well. Why? This don't make sense for Rashona to want updates. Hi, unfortunately, I am in a meeting at the time. Maybe after work we can call. Okay, no problem. Hello there. Hope all is well. I have a question for you. Whenever you are available, should be very brief. Sure, I'm out of town, but I can arrange a call tomorrow with you, me, and Amelia. Does tomorrow afternoon work? Yes, that's fine. Enjoy. Well, we'll call at 1:30, okay? Yes. Trying to call you. Still free? I'm sorry. I fell asleep. Laugh out loud. Yes, if you're available. Good morning. When you have a moment, can we do a call? Can we do a call, you, me, and Chris, minor one's attorney, just to explain everything you and I discussed per our last conversation so that we're all on the same page? Sure, let me check with Amelia. Okay, great. Amelia and I are free anytime today. Is there a time that works best for you and Chris? We are both free now if you like to get it out of the way. Okay, let me try to get Amelia on the line. Then I'll call Chris. And you last. Love's message. Hi there. Quick question. Diana has been reaching out to me, but I'm not really sure of her. In your opinion, is that a conflict of interest? It makes me know never mind either way. Hello. It's totally up to you about whether you want to talk to her or not. If you want to talk with us about it, we can set up a call for tomorrow. Never mind. Laugh out loud. Thank you. Okay, take care. Did Amelia share the pictures? Just one, the green outfit. So beautiful. You are glowing. I'm very happy and excited for you. Thanks again. Those conversations sound weird to me. Some of them sound far-fetched and made up. But however, if this is factual, then it could be a problem in Chicago. If this is factual, it could be a problem in Chicago. But the conversation seemed a little too friendly. It seemed like they were best friends, and it's supposed to be a client. Like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm looking at it like something crazy. I don't know. Who knows? That part right there. A lot of text messages going on and it seemed very comfy. Yes. It seemed too comfortable for me. Honestly, it seemed like some of that shit was made up. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And if Rashona is doing that, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Might have said they starting fires and eating rugs. I'm just saying, it just don't make sense. But look, Dream Team family, I've extended everything to tomorrow or today. Tomorrow. I extended everything to tomorrow. I would love for the 20 people to come forth and donate $45 each so we can be finished with this and we can move on. Jim Daryagas is everything to do with this. I believe it. I believe it. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked. Those text messages were made. J-Rock said at this point, I wouldn't be shocked if those text messages were made up. I wouldn't be neither. I wouldn't be neither. Throw that in Chicago case, we're including the state too. Facts. How about Dream Hampton used to work for Daniel Smith and Vibe? They all connected. Dream Hampton, she used to date Jay-Z too. No problem, no problem. I got another motion coming tomorrow night. But that just seemed a little too far-fetched for me. That's not professional at all. This seemed like a real witch hunt. I appreciate y'all too, Kerma. I appreciate everybody. Like I was saying, look, if you can, right? If you can, I need 20 people to come forth with $45 so we can do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Lexington Wren said it's a big crock pot of connected crooked people. Yeah. That's to retain our lawyer and to pay for a high pacer bill. Okay. I'm even pitching it. And I'm taking up most of the costs. So I just didn't want to do it by myself. I ain't trying to go broke by myself. So that's what the $45 is for, just in case if anybody wanted to know. It's for retaining the lawyer. So that way, when we put the paperwork in, it'll be suing these folks. You know what I mean? Suing these folks and, you know, holding them accountable for the lies. Now, then I'm not talking about the back and forth stuff, and I'm not talking about the mutual combat. I'm talking about the lies that they spread throughout social media, but I could have got somebody from the Dream Team or myself killed or hurt, or Levi killed or hurt, or Doug Anton killed or hurt by their lies. You know what I'm saying? The mutual combat stuff, I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about the F you nigga, this and this and this, and I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the blatant lies, the slander. That's what we focusing on. Okay. So I know you're gonna hear people talking about, oh, I can't wait. This and this and this. Man, look, whatever. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Midas. Man, and look, and I appreciate everything you doing on Clubhouse and on Twitter, Midas. Look, if y'all can get a chance, go visit Midas on Clubhouse, man. He be talking some real stuff. Yeah. Midas be saying some real hard stuff, man. I appreciate y'all too, and definitely. Sad, sick people. Yeah, definitely. But then I want to touch on this real quick. If you want to donate $45 against cash up, thank you so much, Georgia girl. I do want to touch on this. Has anyone heard people talking about Dana stole lately? I haven't. Nah, but I haven't heard about nobody saying I stole. But now the new thing is I'm not for R. Kelly. For they saying I'm not for R. Kelly because I had Angelo and Shabazz on my channel. Listen, I can have anybody I want. Y'all ain't say that to Rainbowski when he had Tim on there. I had Tim over here. See, the whole thing about it is, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I'm going to keep it a buck. It's about views, clicks, and likes. When I heard one of the other people over there talk about Angelo weak as hell and for not going to a certain channel because he don't want to get the views up. Yo, it don't have nothing to do about views, bro. Over here, we talking about truth and what happened. Everybody in the Dream Team want to know why Angelo and Larry beefing. It didn't sound right. And people were saying that it was a staged event. So what did I do? I got Angelo over here. But with Angelo, a lot of them other people left y'all panel and came here. And they felt at home, even though they know I rocks for Robert Kelly 24/7. Let's make that make sense. Y'all ain't going on none of them other when y'all come here, y'all ain't gonna be on a panel where you're gonna get badgered and stuff. No, I control what goes on over here. Well, I ain't gonna sit here and try to interview somebody and score them at the same time. You can't. A motherfucker be like, all right, I'm out, and then spread the word. Don't ever go back over there. But that nigga da. No. I want everybody to feel comfortable, everybody to feel home. An interview is for a person to tell their truth. I'm going to say it again for the slow people. An interview is for a person to tell their truth. There's always three sides to a story. Your side, the other person's side, and the truth. So don't get mad at a person because they have a person on their channel. I don't care who it is on that channel, but they telling their truth. That's their truth. Now, if you know that their truth is a lie, you go back on your time. You get whatever they said and before. Then you go on your channel and you compare the two. However, if you're going to take commentary from over here, reach out to me first. If I don't like you, if I don't fuck with you, do not touch my commentary. Because I will strike you and keep it moving. And won't give a fuck how you feel and won't even answer you. So if I don't like you, then just cancel Christmas. But at the end of the day, I'm a very easy person to get along with. I don't beef with nobody. I will come after you if you ever try to come after me. And if you notice, I left Bedbug alone for a good while. Up until his boy got locked up and they put them cables back in his back for him to try to come after me. No, don't do that. You got too many open wants, bro. You got too many situations. You driving with no license. What I mean by that, your license is jacked up. And you ain't just going to drive and got to pay almost $30,000 for each kid in child support and then pay one lump sum to something small and now your license clean. No. And technically, I don't believe you switched the license over to Houston, which is another fine. If they ever pull you over, you're going to get booked for that because you've been in Houston more than 30 days. I'm just saying. But if you can, please donate to my Cash App, $ official Dana J. $45. I only need 20 people. 20 people. That's $900. Or if 3 people want to be generous and give $300 a piece, that kills it. Whichever way y'all want to give, I need to raise $900 by 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Because I don't want to axe after tomorrow night. All right? But look, y'all get some sleep. I'm going back and I'm going to try to rewatch the football game. But I know I'm going to go to sleep. However, I stand on what I said. Those text messages seem far-fetched to me. With that being said, Robert Kelly, stand fast. Dana G up out of here. Dream team for life. We love everybody. Don't forget the $20. I meant the 20 people with $45. If I get 20 more people to give $45, we reached our goal. Or if I get enough people just to cover the $900 tab, we good. So if you don't got $45 and you got $30 and then your partner got $100 and y'all put that together, hey, we progressing. All right? I'm just saying. I'm just giving you an idea. All right? I see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. God bless y'all. Peace.
Swimming in you. Hey, little mama. Said I'm gonna take her. Dipping your pool. Just going for a little dive, yeah. Hey, yeah.